Hi everyone, hope you're all okay. So first of all, Bonnie is on the mend, which is good news. Mind you, I think she practically went back to her normal self last Wednesday. Yeah, I think all this time she's been milking it. Yeah, bless her heart. But it's predictable. It's most pets do, don't they? They have to milk something. So, good news, but first, so this is the Mail Online. We'll get to the emergency thing in a minute. I just want to talk about this because I found it quite funny. Campaigners over in the pond are getting into his immigration status, but DC is not allowing them to do it. But however, if they are successful, and I hope they are successful, because it'll be nice to see what he's put down. I think he's grassed himself up in his book Spare by admitting to all of the drug use and blah blah blah. But if he does get kicked out, then he'll just have to join the queue at Calais, won't he? But mind you, he won't queue. You know what he's like. He'll jump to the front and demand a yacht with a lifeboat. Honestly, I just can't believe this. But obviously that's not going to happen. Right, so what's it say here? It says a conservative think tank in the middle of the battle with Washington DC officials. Now I know if a prince or whoever, or in inverted commas, important moves to another country, yes, they are entitled to some form of secrecy, like protection from that, blah blah blah. But when it comes to doing things illegally, then I don't know why DC officials are blocking this. This really stinks, actually. This really is quite corrupt, if you think about it. I just hope that they manage to succeed in these campaigners, and I hope they tell the world their findings, because it's about time these both of these imbeciles are brought to justice for something at least. Oh dear, better get that word off there. Oh goodness. Oh, do you think if she comes to the coronation, do you think she'll wear that red dress? Oh dear, I'm not saying anything else. But yeah, right, so that's just briefly on that. I obviously he's not going to get kicked out, but I'd laugh if he did, to be honest. I would. That serve you right though. Why can't these blooming important people, well, inverted commas, important people, abide by the laws? Do as I say, not as I do. Typical, isn't it? Anyway, enough of the ginger thing. Let's move on now to the emergency alerts. So this from gov.uk. In a minute, I'm going to show you a video clip from Sky News. I'm using that under the fair use and fair dealings because I have a feeling that's going to be taken down and people need to see it because it's spreading like wildfire. I think it was not a slip of the tongue, but I think they're going to realise very, very soon that they shouldn't have aired that. Now, it says, it doesn't say anything here about if you don't accept it or turn on, off, message, whatever you have to do, you won't be able to use your phone. But those are the rumours going around right now. And to be quite frank, I personally believe the rumours because, in my opinion, C19 wasn't good enough. That didn't really work, did it? It did for a bit, but there wasn't enough people complying, was there? There was too many anti-vaxxers, they called them. The correct term would actually be anti-jab because they were jabbed. Vaccinations are tried and actually tested over a period of time. These weren't. So, yeah. So for them to not, well, if you think about it, if they can't even tell the difference between a vaccination and a jab, these health workers and so-called doctors, that should tell you everything you need to know. So anyway, moving on from that, right, reasons you might get an alert. Severe flooding, fires, blah, blah, blah. Hold on a minute. So when has the weatherman been spot on? Can somebody tell me, the weatherman? Now, unless they're letting us know literally 10, 15, maybe half an hour before it happens, are they also admitting that they can control the weather or something? Because from what I've seen over the years, the weatherman has not been spot on, or it's come the next day, or do you know what I mean? So I know it sounds a bit OTT, but I'm starting to, there's these weather people and chemtrail people. I'm starting to also wonder whether they're correct now. But anyway, I'm going to let you listen to this piece in a minute. Well, now actually, because we're basically done here. But and let me know your thoughts in the comments, because it seems like we're celebrating Guy Fawkes for the wrong reasons. I'm sorry. Do as we say, not as we do. So he committed treason. So what is it when the government commit treason onto the public, onto the people that pay for their luxury lifestyles, that pay their bills while we struggle? We haven't got bunkers, have we? So, I mean, what's that all about? So what is it? If they're not going to call it treason, the correct term, what they do to the people by bringing in all these new magical devices and goodness knows what else. Oh, you have to comply, you have to do this, you have to do that. What is that called exactly? That's treason. So, yeah. So if we're just going to be used for all these experiments, then we need to do something about it. And my advice is, do not comply. But we'll go over to that video now. And
now you're announcing an emergency alert system that will come to people's mobile devices. Just explain what the idea is here.
So the idea of this is that in a situation where there is a serious risk to life, people will receive an alert on their phone. It's basically just broadcast from mobile phone masts and can be reduced to a ward level. And you only receive that in the most serious of circumstances, and it will warn you about action that you need to take. This is one tool in the toolkit that the government has to deal with the most serious situations. And it could be that that alert could save your life. Now, I don't expect this to be used very often. In fact, I hope it isn't used at all. But as part of our preparedness for it, we will be having a trial in about a month's time on the 23rd of April. So everyone will hear their phone buzz. It's quite a loud siren for about 10 seconds. There's no need for anyone to do anything. But that's just a test to make sure that it can reach everyone's phone. And this capability can reach up to 90% of people. So it's an important tool to help us deal with civil resilience.
What? Civil resilience? Oh dear.